Good evening, I'm Carl Aldinger, and welcome to WACS News. Tonight, we'll talk about recent events like the snowball dance, the unit's blood drive, and ALDEN's school safety. We'll also discuss how people's New Year's resolutions are going. On January 21st, the unit's blood drive was held in the high school cafeteria. The drive was again held in the memory of former ALDEN student Andrew Gramza. We talked to some people in the halls about the blood donation. Let's go to Ann Coker for more.
Hi, I'm Peyton Zlasko, reporter from WACS News. Today I am asking students questions about blood and organ donation. Okay, true or false? There is a black market in the United States where organs and tissues are sold.
True.
There is a black market in the United States where organs and tissues are sold.
Yeah.
No. Okay, true or false? All body organs can be transplanted.
False.
Okay, thank you. All body organs can be transplanted.
No.
False?
False.
Correct. Thank you.
The brain.
Yeah, the brain, right? Okay, thank you. How much must you weigh in order to give blood?
At least 100 pounds.
Good job. How much must you weigh in order to give blood?
100
Pounds?
pounds.
Yeah, that's right. Good job. How much must you weigh in order to give blood?
I don't know.
Can you take a guess?
Like 100 pounds?
Correct.
Am I really?
Yeah. Okay, Rachel, how much must you weigh in order to give blood?
110 pounds.
All body organs can be transplanted.
True.
False. How many people do you think die each day because the organs they need are not donated in time?
2.5.
No, it's 21.
I was close.
How many people do you think a pint of blood can save?
3.
Correct. Yes. Good job. How many people do you think a pint of blood can save?
I think maybe at least 2, 3, 4.
It's 3. Good job.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. How much do you think you must weigh in order to give blood?
Probably over 100 pounds.
Good job. You're right. True or false? All body organs can be transplanted.
False.
Correct. Thank you.
2 weeks ago, there was a reported incident involving the Erie County Sheriff's Office and other local law enforcement agencies in the town of Alden. The entire Alden School District went into a lockout. Parents had to pick up their students from school so that they weren't going home to an empty house. Abby Brown had an interview with Superintendent Mr. Stoltman to talk about our lockout procedures and safety.
On January 18th, Alden School District went into a lockout pertaining an outside potential threat. I got the chance to interview Mr. Stoltman for more on the situation.
We began our lockout procedure at approximately 1:15. However, we didn't go and release a statement or request to activate our reunification plan until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It took 2 hours and 45 minutes for us to get every student back to their parents, or their parents pick them up. So about 2.5 hours, we had over 1,600 students back in the hands of their parents. We received a phone call from our school resource officer informing me that there was a potential threat town line in Broadway. Shared with me what had transpired, shared with me that the suspect they believed was traveling south on Broadway. I immediately contacted the primary school principal, Mr. Lyons, and requested that he activate his lockout procedure. After hanging the phone up with him, I called each of our building principals here on the main campus in the village and requested that they do the same. But it was an opportunity for us to put all of our plans and drills and everything into practice. However, it really allowed us to test our protocols and procedures that we've been practicing for so many years. The buildings ensured their safety first and foremost by administering their lockout procedures. And then once we began the reunification plan and started allowing people to enter the buildings, we had our emergency response teams at each one of the buildings at the single entrance. In addition to that, we had state troopers and Erie County Sheriff officers located outside each one of our schools in the event that they were needed. We made sure that every child, before they left with either their legal guardian, emergency contact, or their parent, they were reunited with, and there was a signature that was obtained. In addition to that, we checked everybody's ID to make sure they were who they said they were, and they had permission to sign students out. Students that weren't on our campuses at the time that we instituted the lockout or reunification were brought back to the high school. This includes students that attend programs in other schools around Western New York, or the Harkness program at Erie One BOCES, or at the time that we made the decision to implement our reunification plan, our St. John's students here in the community were already on the buses, so we brought them back, and St. John's notified the parents of the protocol and procedures that they would need to go about to sign the students out.
From WACS News, I'm Abby.
The incident proved the district's ability to make on-the-fly decisions to keep the students safe in a real-world situation in light of the seriousness of the incident. We'll be right back after this short commercial break brought to you by WACS News.
Doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. With mental fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool. With mental fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better, Mentos freshness. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Welcome back. After the new year, we brought you the teachers and students' New Year's resolutions. With January over, we caught up with some people to see how they followed through with their resolutions.
So, Mr. Carl, how have you been keeping up with your resolutions?
Well, my New Year's resolutions were two things. One was to get bigger, buffer, and the other one to find my future Miss Carl. Well, my body weight's down about 8%. I've lost probably about 8-9 pounds. I've been spending 3 hours in the gym, so I think that part I'm doing well. The future Miss Carl, I know she's out there. I'm just having trouble finding her.
And how do you stay motivated?
I think the students motivate me. I come in every day, I see new faces, kids asking me about what can they do, how do they get better. I think the kids motivate me ultimately, the students.
How have you been keeping up with your resolution of being more like your role model, Mr. Carl?
Well, every day I'm in the weight room with Mr. Carl. He's really pushing me. I feel that I'm doing a very good job keeping up with him.
And how are you staying motivated?
Oh, motivation. It's almost impossible not to be motivated. He's there right in your ear pushing you. He even told me under his recommendation, pick up a new sport. So here I am. I'm trying some tennis out.
How have you been keeping up with your resolution?
Well, I think the first couple weeks I started off strong, and then the last couple weeks, not so much, but now I'm kind of got back on track and eating healthy and started a new class, a workout class. So I think I'm moving back on the right track, and yeah, hopefully it keeps going.
And how are you staying motivated?
Well, for February break I'm going to Florida, so that means I have to kind of be on the beach and stuff, so that sort of motivates me to keep going.
You gotta get the beach body?
I do, gotta get that beach body in effect, for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Well, dedication is extremely important, and our athletes at the high school definitely know that. I'll pass it over to Tom Benarski and Kayla Durenda for the most recent activity in sports. Tom?
Kayla? It's that time. Sports time. With the basketball season soon closing up, we decided to talk with Christian Snell and Conrad Boucher, both major contributors in the team's offensive efforts. Big time. Let's see what they had to say about the season so far.
This win will help us prepare for the playoffs because the team came together today and we're hoping for that in the playoffs so we can get a couple more wins.
I think this win will really help us prepare for playoffs because, say, we really played as a team and a lot of bench players stepped up today, especially with Christian fouling out early. A lot of guys stepped up, so I thought we played really well as a team.
Well, I need to stop getting fouled out. I need to make a couple more free throws and I think we'll be good.
I think personally I need to be more of a vocal leader on the team, so I can get everyone in the right spots and everyone in the right positions so we can be more successful throughout the year and in the playoffs.
As a team captain, I've seen that our defense has improved over the season, which has helped us win a couple more games and hopefully improves into the postseason.
I've seen that our defense has really improved lately, and a lot of players are playing within themselves now, so we're playing a lot more like a team, and we've definitely improved overall as a team.
Due to the winter sports season's end, we talked to some of the top players from each team. Check out the Player Spotlight!
The WACS News Sports team is starting a new segment, Player Spotlight. This is where we will showcase the top talents from each team. To start the series off, we talked with varsity basketball player Conrad Boucher.
I really think it's an honor to be nominated by my coach as the Player Spotlight this week, because I know there's a lot of guys on the team that can win it. Everyone's always working hard and giving their best effort, so it's really an honor.
The girls bowling team traveled to Brad Angela Lanes for a brand new tournament. Bethany talked with Coach Mrs. Stolt. Let's take a look.
A little birdie told me the annual badminton tournament is starting up soon. Be sure to sign up outside the gym if you're interested.
Well, bippity boppity boo, that's all for sports this week. I'm Tom Bednarski. Be sure to check out the sports section of our website at wacs.aldenschools.org.
That'll about wrap up our broadcast this evening. Thank you for tuning in once again to WACS News. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and YouTube. Tune in next week for more Alden news from Carly and Alex. Until then, I'm Carl Aldinger. Good night.